Okay, class, this lecture is on compound meter. And here's the whole deal with compound meter. Compound meter is a meter that is rhythmically felt different than a simple meter. So last week we focused on the simple meters, which is with the idea that you could take something like a 4/4, a 3/4, or a 2/4 and divide that beat into two. So for instance, in simple meter, 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, we have a beat. Now musically, something is happening that divides this beat into two. So if we're in 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if we divide this beat, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Same thing if we have 3/4, or every time we have a beat, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can divide that beat into two. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. And of course 2/4, we can divide that beat into two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Well, there's a lot of other meters that exist in the world beyond 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4. And these meters, the most common compound meters, are 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8. And usually, my experience over teaching for many, many years is that students have no problem counting 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4, but when they see things like 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8, they just freak out. They have no idea how to count that kind of a meter. Well, the reason they have problems with that is because 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8 are compound meters. And so let's check into what exactly is the compound meter, how are they different than a simple meter, and how can we count a compound meter without getting confused. So we come over here. Here's my compound meter chart. So if we look at some, here we got a 6/8 and a 12/8. All right. Well, what you get with the compound meter rhythm, you kind of get a little, kind of a skipping rhythm. What is happening? The meter signature is saying 6 beats in the measure, but the 8th note gets the beat. So really what's happening is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what happens there? However, because 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8, it's too difficult to count to 6. Or in the case of 9/8, 9, or in the case of 12, 12. So rather than count, see this quarter note with a dot? Remember that from last week, the dot says add half of this. Well, a quarter note is 2/8 notes. The dot says add half. So half of 2/8 notes is 1/8 note. So this guy is 3/8 notes. And this guy is 3/8 notes. 3/8 notes plus 3/8 notes is 6/8 notes. So there we go. This measure has 6/8 notes. 1/4 is 2/8 notes. There's the 3/8 note. 1, 2, 3. And that quarter with a dot is 3/8 notes. 4, 5, 6. Here you can see all 6/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got this little row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So these compound meters, 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8, have a little skipping rhythm. And the skipping feel comes from this long note, quarter, with the shorter eighth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Here's another skip. A little skip. It skips because this is longer than that short one. Now, in 6/8 or 12/8, what we want to do, instead of counting to the top number like you would do with 4/4, you would count to 4. 3/4, you count to 3. 2/4, you count to 2. Well, since these are big numbers, the 6/8, 9, and 12/8, it's easier to compartmentalize them. So instead of counting to 6, let's count to 2. And the reason we picked 2 is you're doing the first group of 3/8 notes and then the second group of 3/8 notes. Here's the first group of 3/8 notes, and the second group starts here. Here's the first group of 3/8 notes. The second group of 3/8 notes starts here. That's the whole measure. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, just think of it this way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So now you think row, row, row your boat gently down the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So here's the beat, and you're literally thinking but. So the compound meter, every time there's a pulse, we're going to feel it broken up into 3. So the simple meter takes that pulse and cuts it into 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And the compound meter takes that same pulse and divides it into 3. So we got here 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now here's 12. We could count all 12. We count 12/8 notes. This quarter with the dot has 3/8 notes. So we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what's easier? Just count to 4. Why 4? Because there's 4 groups of 3/8 notes. Here's the first group of 3/8 notes. Here's the second group of 3/8 notes. Here's the third group of 3/8 notes. Here's the fourth group of 3/8 notes. Here's the first group of 3/8 notes. Here's the second group of 3/8 notes. Here's the third group of 3/8 notes. Here's the fourth group of 3/8 notes. So rather than count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, we counted 12/8 notes. Just count the beat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this is 4/4, there's the beat. If this is 4/4, every time I tapped, that would be a quarter note. Quarter, 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 quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. But in 12/8, we're going to say every time there's a pulse, the beat, that's a dotted quarter. Each time I tap, that's 3/8 notes worth. Dotted quarter, dotted quarter, dotted quarter, dotted quarter, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the same thing we go with 9 if you had the 9. Okay? So let me show you another way to look at this. How we count them. I included this PDF file in your modules. Pulling it up. So I made this, and this is how we count compound meter. If we're dealing with 6/8, we don't want to count all 6/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Instead, count to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See? Now, if this was 2, 4, it would go 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 4 would subdivide 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and you'd have 2/8 notes, 2/8 notes. But because we're in compound, that pulse 1, 2, 1, 2 is not 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. The pulse is 1/8, 2/8, 1/8, 2/8. So rhythmically, this is moving 1, 2, 1, 2, 1/8, 2/8, 1, 2, 1/8, 2, 1, 2/8, 1, 2, 1, 2/8, 1, 2, 1, rest, 1/8, rest. See? Now if we go to 9, well, we could count 9/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if we count instead 3, there's the first group of 3/8 notes, there's the second group of 3/8 notes, and there's the third group. And this gives us more of a rhythmic feel of just better than just counting to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This tells us how they're grouped. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So in 9, we're not going to count to 9. We're just going to count to 3, knowing that each beat subdivides into 3. This could be 3/4 if the music is moving 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. But the music is, each of these pulses is being subdivided into 3, like this. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. And that's what we have here. So in 9, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But because it's 9, every time I say a beat, we're going to subdivide it into 3s. So not 1 and 2 and 3 and, which would be 3/4, 9/8, which is compound. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 1, 2, 3. 1/8, 2, 3. 1, 2/8, 3. Rest. 2, 3/8, 1, 2/8, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1/8, 2, 3. 1/8, 2, 3. See, 3's, there's the rest. So, again, if I'm tapping, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 1, 2, 3. 1/8, 2, 3. 1, 2/8, 3. And that's a lot easier than trying to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 3, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You know what I'm saying? It's all consistent. And in 12, you're counting 4 groups of 3/8 notes. Here's the first group of 3/8 notes. Here's the second group of 3/8 notes. Here's the third group of 3/8 notes. And finally, the fourth group of 3/8 notes. This beat has 3/8 notes because the chord note with the dot is 3/8 notes. There's the second group of 3/8 notes, the third group, and fourth group. So how would this rhythm go here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does this rhythm go? 1 A A 2, 3 A A 4, 1 A 2 A 3 A 4. And of course the rest of them 1 A rest, 2 A rest. So that's kind of an idea of how the compound meter works. So I want to show you a little example of some music that might be like that. Check this out. Let's see. It's a very famous piece. Let's see. Let me get the choir version. There we go. This is in 9/8. Now again, you could say, well, is it 3? Is it 3/4? Here's the beat. You could say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But the reason that's not 3/4 is because the pulse is not going 1 and 2 and 3, and the pulse is going 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A. Listen to it. 1, 2, 3. 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A. Right? And look at the music for that. Let's see. I got a bit. Not that one. Is this not the one? One of these has the correct meter signature. Is it this guy? There we go. See? 9/8. Well, how do we count it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3 A A 1 A A 2 A A 3. And you see how that beat? 1, 2, 3 is broken up into threes, not twos, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. They're broken up in a different way. Let's look at another one. Pull this up. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Triple lift, triple lift. 1 A A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A 1. There's the pulse right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But that beat is divided this way. 1 A A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A. And if you look at the music, 6/8. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. But again, the way you would count it, instead of counting 6, 1 A A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A 1 2 A 2 A A 1 A A 2 A A. Okay, and one more. The very famous Beethoven.
We're in their corner and on it because their local agent is a small business owner too.
Gotta deal with the ads. This is 12/8. Here's the pulse. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. But the pulse isn't going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's divided into threes. 1 A 2 A 3 A 4 A 1 A 2 A 3 A 4 A. And if you look at the music, I will say this right now, this particular music is not written 12/8, but it's still the same thing. See that? Groups of 3. 1 A 2 A 3 A 4 A 1 A 2 A 3 A 4 A 1 A 2 A 3 A 4 A. So, in the world of music and meter, about half of the stuff out there in the world is in simple meters, 4 4 3 4 2 4, and half of the stuff out there in the world is in compound meters, 6 8, 9 8, and 12/8. And it's always been my experience that untrained musicians don't have no idea how to count a compound meter. So let's take a look at what I've given you on homework on the Tone Savvy in regards to this. This week I've given you some rhythm performance, not only continuing your performance in 4 4 3 4 2 4, but I've also thrown in 6 8, where you can count the, let's see what we did. I guess we can keep that. All right, so let's check this out. We're going to count the compound. Calibrate. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. All right. Now here's the deal. 6 8. One way you can think of this is 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. See that? This is kind of a little bit odd to have it like that, but it is what it is. You can hear a 6-beat intro. So you're going to hear click, 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 click. You can think 1, 2, 1, 10. Okay, so let's listen to that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 5 6. Let's do that again. 1 2 1 2. See, that comes in after the 2. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is kind of an oddball. I wouldn't have written this, but look what it's doing. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. You want to hear that? Again, this is written oddly, but the computer doesn't know. I would have written it another way. 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Listen to it again. 1 2 1 2. And now listen to the 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And when we do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can think 1, 2A, 1A, 2A. Watch that. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 A 2 A 1 A 2 A. Listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 1, 2. 1, 2's here. 2's actually that dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? I'm trying to find something kind of normal. These are kind of backward rhythms. But you get the idea. So that's how we count compound. It doesn't matter if it's 6/8, 9/8, or 12/8. It's still kind of the same idea. You're just counting to those particular rhythmic patterns. And the last thing I want to give you for the compound meter is the idea of triplets. That we have here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. These are triplets. And what a triplet is specifically is the idea that you can be in a simple meter like 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And normally that would move 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But if there's something musically happen that you just want to stay, you need that section of music to move in a compound way, well then you'd make a triplet. So for this little bit of the music, this measure would turn not into 12/8 really. So this measure, it could be 12/8. You could say 12/8, and it's just going 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, without that 3. But if you put it in 4/4, you've created a triplet. So you're saying the first beat we're going to change into a compound. The second beat we're going to change into a compound. The third beat we're going to change into a compound. And the fourth beat we're going to change into a compound. So instead of this music going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this music is going 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. Now there's different kinds of triplets, different kinds of ways you can write triplets. So these are eighth note triplets. Those are quarter note triplets. Okay, those are 16th note triplets. Those are half note triplets. Either way, they all do the same kind of thing. They're changing the rhythmic feel of the music. So that is your lecture on compounds. Again, and really, it's just an introduction to compound meters. I would suggest you read the chapter. In fact, I'm going to pull up that chapter. I'll focus this more on my video about the assignments, but I'll just show you this. And this is part of your assignments, the idea of reading the chapter on compound meter. And you can get a little bit more information and clarification on compound meter, on how to tap it. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. It shows you how things are divided. In the book, just be aware, and I'll do this more on my assignment video. instead of saying 1 a, the book uses 1 Either way, it's still dividing it up. 1 a, 1 a, 1 a. Well, now instead of saying 1 a, say 1 1 Now here they kind of divided it up in a different way. You'll see this in the homework, and I'll do this when we do the homework video. So that's it, guys. That's the compound meter video. Make sure you watch the other videos for this week. All right. Have a good one.